Hey guys, yeah, I wanted to come on here. You see the title above or below, depending on how you watch this. But yeah, I want to show you basically the Steelbook collection that I have. Now, I know it's kind of weird to do a video like this, but of course, I showed you the updated 4Ks that I've gotten recently, I should say. And I was thinking about doing this about a week ago. Again, big shout out to Zara Nizarak on the closer look ideas that inspired me to do my own. But I'm not going to do that kind of in the way that I did with those. Where it was a closer look at Hanna-Barbera, it was a closer look at Sonic and all that. Instead, I'm gonna basically do it right off the bat, unscripted and all that, and kind of show you just like I did with the 4Ks yesterday. In that video, I'm going to show you basically the steelbooks that I have in my family's collection. Now, I'm pretty sure this is all the steelbooks that we own. There might be some stored away somewhere, like with DVD wise, but these are mostly the steelbooks that have been released on a regular basis, depending on where you get them. And let me just say this about the steelbook situation, okay? For some odd reason, when those that I watch here on YouTube, like Black Nerd Comedy, Andre Meadows, or Cool Duder, Sean Phillips, or Shotzi Phillips, if you will, and Sean McLean, Zara Nizarak of the Multimedia Chronicles, every time I watch them and they do these videos where they show what they've purchased, or they, update, or they show you updates to the collection, one of the parts of those videos, not one of them, but sometimes during those videos, they always indicate steelbook. They always talk about you want to look for the steelbook, and you always want to add the steelbook to your collection. I know that Andre Meadows, at one point during his Black Friday haul videos that he would do, he would talk about the fact that he would go to Best Buy or to some other places, and he would get the steelbooks. He would get the steelbooks basically if they were available. Same with Zara Nizarak, and same with Cool Duder, Sean Phillips. So they would say that this so they, along with others, would say that if you're looking to add to your collection, or at least upgrade your collection, that you should try to get the steelbooks. And what's interesting is, yes, steelbooks are widely available depending on where you get them. I know when I worked at Walmart, we had steelbooks there at times, and I have some here that I'll show you an example of. But then most of the other times, you could only get steelbooks either through online, like with Amazon, or you could get them through various places, like, as I mentioned, Best Buy or Target or wherever. So with that said, a number of the steelbooks I got here come from various places. Like I said, I know that when I watch Shotzi Phillips or Sean Phillips, Cool Duder, he would say most of the time that Best Buy is the place to get them. I know when Andre Meadows, as I mentioned earlier, would do his haul, his Black Friday haul, if you will, like I'm sure he'll hopefully do one this year, that he has mentioned that one of the things he likes to try to get, or is attracted to getting when it comes to a version of that movie, is the steelbooks. And again, I know Zara Nizarak has specifically said as well himself that the steelbooks are one of the best options you got when it comes to getting the movies. Now, I do have 2 new steelbooks on their way from Best Buy by the end of this week, if not sooner. And those are going to be part of a package opening video. One of them is the second part of the recent DC Animated Universe movies that came out. It's the second part because the movie's a 2-parter. And the other one is a 4K upgrade of a movie that I'm a fan of, I enjoy, and it really, to me, put Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock on the map, and I'm pretty sure you know which one I'm talking about, which movie I should say I'm talking about. But with that said, let me show you basically the steelbooks that I have in the collection. Like I said, I'm going to do this, unscripted, no transitioning or anything. So let me show you what I have here. We're going to try to go in order of when I got them. Basically, so I'm going to try to separate them as best as I could, or best as I can, I should say, and go from there, if you will. So anyway, so starting off, I've got a whole stack here of 6 steelbooks that were exclusive to my job. Anytime I would go on break or I'd go on lunch or I'd get off work, I would pass the electronics aisle electronics area because we had to go to the back to clock out, and I would notice at times that they had steelbooks on display in the area, not the new releases, not in the new release area, but basically like as you're going towards the televisions and all that, they would have, on the bottom or right in the center, they would have the steelbook releases for some classic 80s, 90s, early 2000 films. And I think from what I understood, these were exclusive to Walmart at that time. I'm pretty sure they're exclusive elsewhere now. And the first steelbook I have here is of Rambo First Blood. Now, yeah, I do have the entire Rambo collection in one Blu-ray set that I got previously, as well as I do have the 4K edition of Last Blood. But here we have First Blood on steelbook, if you will. And of course I've already used the code, so I got nothing to worry about there. But yeah, there's the Blu-ray. And of course, just like with any steelbook, you get a nice little covering here on the back. But then when you lift it up, you get I think you could. Oops, oh, I guess I just took it off. You get Rambo's face on the back. So first time I've ever done that. So yeah, you get Rambo's face on the back there, as well as on the cover. So yeah, but this was a as I try to recenter this as best as I can. There we go. Yeah, but this was basically a Walmart exclusive when I got it. Essentially, this was a Walmart exclusive, so that was pretty cool to add to the collection. And then the other one that was a Walmart exclusive was Jurassic Park. Now I do have Jurassic Park on Blu-ray as well, regular Blu-ray I believe, along with the sequels. But this was a limited. This was Steven Spielberg. This was a limited edition, I think. Yeah, limited edition steelbook. And again, this was a Walmart exclusive, so that was interesting. And again, I already used the digicopy. So here we have the Blu-ray, and then we have the DVD on the back there. But nowadays, when you get steelbooks, it's not just. But now, basically, what I'm trying to say is now that when you get steelbooks, you got the 4K, and then you got the Blu-ray. But yeah, this is the steelbook edition of the movie Jurassic Park, which is pretty cool. And then got the steelbook edition of Peter Jackson's King Kong, as well as I also have a Ultimate DVD edition as well. So here we have the steelbook. Again, the code was already used, I think. So there we go. We have King Kong, and ironically, most of these that you're going to see are connected either to Paramount or Universal in some way. So yeah, this is the King Kong one, if you will, the Peter Jackson one. And then we have here, we have basically, this is a Lion Gates release actually. This was also an exclusive to my job, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And I also have another copy of it over here as well. And I have a 4K edition of Terminator as well, Terminator 2 that is. Not on steelbook, but this kind of makes up for it. I could actually put the 4K in there if I wanted to, but here we have the Blu-ray edition of it. And of course, just like with Rambo, you get a nice little thing on the back, which, of course, when you take off, you have a picture of Arnold, I think, on the back. Yeah, you got a picture of Arnold on the back there, so pretty cool, if you will. So you can see that. So a little, yeah, get a picture of Arnold on the back, which is really nice. And of course, just recenter this. And this is considered one of the best movies out there of all time. And ironically, it's a sequel to the 1984 original. Then, from, I think this is also Universal, we have Scarface. Say hello to my little friend. Yes, this is another movie they had that was a Steelbook release. And you got the Blu-ray and you got the DVD. I got to get this on 4K eventually myself. But yeah, we have the Steelbook edition of the Blu-ray Steelbook edition of Scarface. Yeah, and this was also a Walmart exclusive when it came out. And then, last but not least, so far we have Brendan Fraser in The Mummy, the original Mummy. I do have the other Mummy films that he was in on Blu-ray. I think I got the trilogy somewhere, but I don't have either of them except for this on. Well, I have this. Basically, I have another copy of this in regular Blu-ray, but the other one in regular Blu-ray release. But I don't have the other ones in Steelbook like this one is. So here we have The Mummy, of course. Saw that. I think I saw this one I didn't see this one in theaters, but I've seen glimpses of it. So yeah, we have a limited edition Steelbook of The Mummy from, it was exclusive to Walmart. So most of these, with the exception of Rambo and Terminator, were, a limited edition exclusives to Walmart. And speaking of Walmart, of course, I also got something that was exclusive to them Steelbook-wise. Top Gun. Now, we know Maverick is supposed to come out real soon, but we have the 30th anniversary edition of Top Gun right here in Steelbook edition when it came out, which is pretty cool. So that's really nice. And I don't know if there's anything on the back. Let me see. Nope, nothing really on the back. But yeah, it was a nice Steelbook that they had as an exclusive to my job. Nice Steelbook edition. And then on the back, of course, you have some additional imagery as well, I think. Yeah, it's just the planes taking off on the back. So yeah, I got that as well. Again, nice Steelbook edition for it. And then here's an interesting kind of Steelbook. It was done in a film reel kind of deal. We have Jurassic World. Yes, and this is actually not just done in a film world kind of thing. It's got a little standee here, so you could actually display it if you wanted to out and about, so you can watch it at any time. Kind of like it basically is a major collector's edition, if you will. And there you go on the back. That's pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, it's a very unique kind of way of doing a Steelbook release of a movie, doing it in a film canister-like setting, and then of course you got the movies, the various copies of the movies here. You have the Blu-ray right here. Then you have the, and there goes the Blu-ray, and then you have the DVD right there. So that's pretty cool that they did it that way. I was kind of surprised when they sold this at my job. I was like, really? The sound like this? That's pretty cool. So yeah, I have this. So yeah, really interesting kind of Steelbook edition of Jurassic World. If you can get that, then I would recommend it. Then of course I got the Steelbook edition of Aquaman, also from my job. This is a Steelbook edition of Aquaman, if you will. I think I have Aquaman as well as regular, but this is the Steelbook edition, if you will. I guess it hasn't been opened yet. There we go. Yeah, but that's the Steelbook edition. There you go. And what I'm noticing now is you're still getting Steelbooks and everything of the Blu-rays, which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool that you're still getting like the Blu-rays and Steelbooks. But I'm starting to notice more of a turn towards the 4Ks, if you will. And speaking of 4Ks, got this from Frank Hill. This is the Steelbook edition of Bumblebee. Yes, they actually, Frank Hill actually sent me another regular copy on a Blu-ray, a regular Blu-ray release of Bumblebee. But then he asked if I had the 4K, and I said no, and he said, okay, I'll send that to you. And he sent me the Steelbook. He also sent it to Zara Nizrak and others as well, so that's pretty cool. So we have Bumblebee on 4K, if you will. That's pretty nice. I don't think there's anything on the back, is there? Oh yeah, there is. There's Bumblebee and his friend, human friend, on the back there. So that's really nice. You know, staring off into the sunset. So yeah, it's pretty cool, and very thankful for this. And what's interesting about the 4K is that, you know, what I'm trying to say is what's interesting about the 4Ks, when you get them, basically if they have a digital code to them, which most of them should, and you've already used the digital code of the Blu-ray, let's say on your Vudu or your Amazon Prime or your Movies Anywhere, which majority of them are, except for, you know, like certain ones like Paramount and I think Paramount and what else? I don't think Warner Bros., but I know Paramount and a few others, not that many, but Paramount I know is one of them specifically, where you have to choose which provider you want to go with. But anyway, I noticed that when you get the Blu-ray, when you get the 4K versions of the movie, that if you've already used the digital code on the Blu-ray, that if you use the digital code of the 4K, it'll just upgrade it. Like if you're in the process of watching the movie and you use the code for the 4K version of that movie, it'll just upgrade it, and you can start off, and you can start where you left off. Like if you're in the middle of watching what I'm about to show you, and you upgrade from the Blu-ray to the 4K, then you'll be able to continue where you left off, but now you'll be able to see it in high dynamic range in 4K, 2160p, if you will. And the other one, and the movie I'm talking about, is another one Frank Hill gave me, as well as he gave Sarah Nazarak, Sonic the Hedgehog, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, he gave me Sonic the Hedgehog. Really appreciated that. So there you go. And again, Paramount is like one of the, I think it's Paramount, and I think on occasions maybe Universal, I believe, I'm not really sure, that, you know, have you go to their sites and then choose a provider, but mostly I think it's Paramount. So yeah, we have Sonic here that Frank Hill gave me as well, which I'm really appreciative of. Then, speaking of steelbooks, we got Transformers steelbooks. And the first one, I should have showed you this earlier, but I thought I'd save it for the end, towards the end here. We have Transformers the Movie, the 30th Anniversary Edition Steelbook. I got this through Amazon, not Shout Factory, but through Amazon, ironically. Limited Edition Steelbook, which is pretty cool. And most of the features that are on the Blu-ray here are on the Steelbook. Not Steelbook, but transferred over to the 4K that got released. So this was the 30th Anniversary Steelbook they released. And then, of course, they released the 35th Anniversary Edition right here. And again, like I mentioned in the video, I got this one through Shout Factory and this one through Amazon. I paid money for this one, got this for nothing because I used my birthday gift card for it. So that's why as I mentioned before, that's why I'm keeping it. Got this for nothing. Got this, you know, directly from Shout Factory. And it was funny, as I've mentioned before, 48 hours afterwards they sent it out, and I got it a lot sooner than I got this, and I ordered this first. So go figure. So yeah, I got the Steelbook editions of both Transformer films, the 4K and the Blu-ray. If you will, and of course this one came with the cards, and then you got the 4K on the bottom and the Blu-ray on the top, and then you got that nice little artwork on the back. And what's interesting is, just like with the 30th Anniversary Edition, they have stated which, you know, disc has the full version, or has the full screen version, and which one has the widescreen. The widescreen is on the 4K, the full version is on the Blu-ray. Just like they did with the 30th anniversary, where they said the Blu-ray was the widescreen and the full version was on the DVD. And then last but not least, we have here ones that we recently got. We have It's a Wonderful Life, with the saying by the daughter at the end of the film, which is pretty cool on the back. And then we have a nice little image on the back there, which is pretty cool. And they've got a collector poster, basically a replica of the original poster right here, which is really nice. And then as we are careful with this, and we'll just pull this out again. There you go. It's pretty cool. And like I said, if you wanted to sorry, I'm just trying to get this in here without doing anything wrong. If you wanted to get this, the one thing, the misconception a lot of people have is, isn't it supposed to be both? Nope. The 4K is the black and white version. So just to let you know about that, because I know a lot of people, almost dropped it there. A lot of people favor the black and white version over the color version. And then last but not least, got this to Best Buy. We have Space Jam. Yeah, Space Jam, the 25th anniversary edition, as well as released in time for the movie. And again, all you have to do is enter the code if you get the 4K version. And if you've already entered the code for the, not really much on the back there except for bugs under here, as you saw. And then that's pretty cool, look at that. Yeah. But anyway, what I was trying to say is if you've already used the code for the Blu-ray version, and then basically all you're going to do is get an upgrade. Like if you're in the process of watching the Blu-ray version of this digitally through Vudu or Movies Anywhere and all that, and you put the code in for the 4K, you basically continue where you left off, and it's in 4K instead. So, yeah, there you go. And that's going to be about it, guys. That's about it for this, I guess you could say, video on the 4K, the Steelbook collection that me and my family have. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down below in the comments, as well as in the live chat during the premiere, what 4K Steelbooks or Blu-ray Steelbooks of any kind that you guys have. We know that Steelbooks are also being distributed depending on where you go for video games and stuff. So here's my suggestion. Go to steelbook.com, check them out, and they will give you basically information of what Steelbooks are out there, as well as in what regions. Because I know that some people misconcepted the 4K release of the anime classic Ghost in the Shell for a Steelbook version, but the Steelbook version is out of the UK. So if you want the Steelbook version, you got to get it through the UK. But yeah, check them out at steelbook.com. You'll get a lot more information on what Steelbooks you can get in what regions, not just for movies, but for like shows and even perhaps video games if you're into that. But anyway, though, guys, thought I'd do that for you, do this little video for you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. Again, chat in the live, give me your thoughts in the live chat during the premiere. Like the video, and I'm out.